Good morning, Tarkov. How's everyone doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Good Morning Tarkov show. If you guys are listening to the VOD, these go every day that I possibly can, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern United States time. We talk everything Tarkov. Usually there's a subject, but today we're just going to free ball it, actually, just like this weekend, because we're running a little bit low on content because we're waiting on the patch. Also, everyone keeps asking way too many questions that I can't get to in the span of just 1 hour. So hopefully we can catch up, and hopefully I can answer enough questions today to get to everyone. And the most asked question is always about when patch, when wipe, and all that stuff. So at the beginning, right now, all I'll say is that you guys need to go watch the videos where I covered that. So I covered that in my most recent video, when wipe, patch, inertia, most asked questions for Escape from Tarkov, because that is one of the most asked questions for Escape from Tarkov. That is the most recent information that we have. Nothing new, nothing at all. That is the most recent information that we have. If you guys want to hear a little bit extra tidbit, what we want to be looking for is the Tarkov TV podcast. That is going to be the next thing that we hear. There is not going to be a wipe that sneaks up on you, especially if we haven't had the Tarkov TV cast yet. So they need to have that podcast. They need to talk about, they need to show off what is going to be in that patch. Maybe they give us the preliminary patch notes. Maybe they give us the full-on patch notes, and then they say, hey, here's the patch. That could very, very likely happen this week. We'll have to wait and see if there's going to be a day for it. Again, that's Thursday, so we're going to have to see what happens with Thursday. This week, if we do get that podcast, I don't think it's going to be the patch, to be honest. Because I think that what they would do is they would do the patch, they would do the Tarkov TV podcast, and then they would give it some time, and then they would do the patch. And we are waiting on that cast next, not the patch. All right, now that I wanted to get that out of the way, we can get to the Q&A a little bit here today after we say some good mornings and whatnot. Also, if you guys are watching the VOD, you can check out the description in the top comment where you're going to see the Spotify link if you just want to listen. Also, you can have some timestamps in there if there's anything big or anything interesting that happens while we're talking. You guys can keep up with the discussion as well as possible without having to actually listen to the full discussion. That's what they're down there for. So what's up? How's everyone doing? Morning, Chris. How you doing? Morning, Mad. Morning, Shade. Morning, Bostock. Morning, Finnis. Morning, Edward. Cute. Hopefully you did something okay there. Hopefully it was just like good morning or whatever. I'm not sure when Nightbot didn't like that. Morning, oh, how I say that name. Balint? Morning, Balint. Morning, Willie. Yo, what up? Pasquale with the supporter, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice guy. All right,
how do you handle the pressure? Fucking juice time.
Pasquale, I know that you've been around forever. You did not need to do that, but thank you very much, man. Make sure that you're on the Discord. Another thing. You know what? I need to make sure I add the Discord into this too. Make sure you guys join the Discord because you are automatic nice guys. Make sure you check out the Discord because we do have the soft launch going. We're not just yet getting into Escape from Tarkov stuff, but the Discord is rolling, so make sure you check those out. Hope they start sharing more information with us for future. I mean, I don't think they would be sharing more. We already have a lot in terms of like what's to come, but then if you're talking about more specific information, like if you're talking about like dates and stuff, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that, because I doubt that. I doubt that very much. I think they're going to keep just about as much as what we have here. Now, until we do get the Streets patch, the custom armor hitboxes, and the custom rig patch, or feature, sorry, until we get the Streets location, until we get the custom armor hitbox and custom rig feature and the lore in the game, we're not even going to have a release date or a release window. So we'll see what happens with that. Join as soon as I saw the video, man. Veritas mentioned gray box sounds more like gray box testing, which is actually one of the last Q&A steps. So I talked to him. I was actually with him and Jesse, not in person, but I was talking to him about that stuff. I'm not sure whether he forgot or if there's some new reason or something that he completely just didn't want to mention, that there's been two different situations where BSG, someone from BSG and Nikita himself actually recognized that it is an initial step. So unless there is a mistranslation with the word initial, they both said initial. And initial implies early. Like one of the first. That is your definition for initial. So I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if he found something new about it or what, but there's been two separate occasions from two different people from BSG that both called it an initial step. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Thank you again, Pasquale. Thank you, man. Morning, Sharper. Morning, Tony. Will you be doing the morning show every day this week, or do you have some? Yeah, we have to. There might be something that pops up, but we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. We'll have to see. Finn, make sure you, all right, so apparently there was some stuff on the Discord. Sorry, guys. Sorry I'm a little bit more quiet than usual, because apparently I missed some stuff on the Discord. I'm reading some DMs and stuff, so there's a little bit of stuff that needs to be handled on the Discord today, but I won't get to it right now, because it's not like it's like happening right now, so I'll get to it a little bit later. All right, we can get to that a little bit later. Yeah, we can get to that later. All right, yeah. Apologies for being a little bit quiet here for the next few minutes. I just noticed some DMs. I just noticed some stuff that I need to take care of later. All right. It's so nerve-wracking not knowing whether next patch is wipe or. So the whole thing with the not knowing thing is that's on purpose. They want this is a testing environment. They want people to be able to test the game, or they would like people to be testing the game right up until the last second. So they want, especially if they don't actually know if it's going to be a wipe, or if they don't know like when the date is for a specific patch or something like that. Oh, you know what? I'll get the slideshow going here, guys. Sorry. Because what usually happens, or what has happened in the past, is they'll say, okay, 3 weeks from now, we're going to have a wipe, and then 3 weeks ahead of the wipe, people stop playing because they don't want to lose their progress over the span of like 3 weeks, or they'll crash the servers because so many people want to use up all of the gear that they have. So either way, it's stuff that isn't really useful for a testing environment, and they want to make the best use of their time with everyone testing properly. So that's why they really don't tell anyone. But if you're asking me, 12.11. 12.11 is going to be interesting. I finally completed Shooter Born in Heaven. Very nice, very nice. I never thought I would ever complete that task. Well, congrats. Congrats, Coffee, because that is easily one of the most difficult tasks in the game. So big pat on the back for you there, bud. Hey, Miles, how you doing? Morning, Lunchbox. I'm pretty sure there's still going to be a wipe. Okay, so we have to be real careful. I am reading someone's. Actually, that's kind of the way I would say it too. So either way, Bad Chop Suey says I'm pretty sure there'll still be a wipe with 12.11. I've noticed a bunch of new players in the game this past month, and I can imagine they won't want to announce a wipe because it'll suck for the new guys. So that's part of it for sure. But they just want people to act normally, basically. That's the best way for me to describe it. They want people to act normal until they know for a fact that the wipe is going to happen or the patch is going to happen or anything like that. So because we're a testing environment, we're in a testing environment. So they just want people to act normally and not spam the server with grenades or stop playing because they know that the game's going to wipe in a couple days or whatever. So that means fibbing every once in a while. About that stuff. About stuff like that. Strange if they did not wipe, to be honest. It would suck. It definitely wouldn't be strange because they've done something, you know, they've kept us hanging in terms of wipes before. Also, they're thinking that they can possibly do it with the lighthouse thing, which I'm sure plenty of people agree with, and I would happen to agree with if the timing was there. So maybe for some reason, maybe this is speculation on speculation here, by the way, guys. This is not going to happen. Or this might not be happening. This totally might not be happening, but maybe they're really confident for some reason that they can get lighthouse in an amount of time that makes sense to have a wipe before streets. And this isn't confirmed, and this really doesn't make too much sense given what the content is going to be, but maybe for some reason they don't think they're going to wipe with streets anymore. There's a lot that can come from it that they're not talking about. So if Nikita was here right now, there's a couple of huge questions that we need to actually get straight. One, what is the actual progress? Like the actual progress. Like what point of development is Lighthouse actually in? No translation errors, none of that. Just actually, is it the initial gray box or is it the final? Like what is actually going on with Lighthouse so that we can get a proper idea of what's going on with that. And then two, do they still plan on wiping with streets? The third that some of you guys might think I'm asking is, are they still going to get streets in for this year? And I know they're going to do that because they're going to possibly divide it up. So we've been talking about that a couple times where they might pick pieces of the map off and then they will expand it later. But Nikita sounded very adamant that he wanted at least part of streets in Escape from Tarkov this year. So if we give them the benefit of the doubt and we give them as much time as possible, that's looking like December. So if by December we're seeing part of streets, that means a wipe, as long as they would still want to wipe with streets in December. So unless they only want one wipe for the entirety of the year of 2021, because the last wipe was like December. What was the last wipe? It was like December 23rd or something like that, right? It was late December. It was like mid-ish to late December last wipe. So yeah, so we're gonna need at least 5 or 6 months after one wipe, or like for a single wipe cycle in order for that to make sense. So yeah, so that's why I'm saying early July at the absolute latest for the lighthouse location, if it's gonna potentially be a wipe. So we'll see what happens with 12.11. I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, my brain is not fucking working. I don't know if it's because the Discord overload, but there's just a lot going on. It's actually a busy week IRL for me too. But Jesus, I need some coffee in me. This is gonna be For some reason, my brain's not really at full potential right now. Sorry for all the text last night. If you did your head in, I did not mean to. Oh, Yui, that's you're like, it's fine, man. I was just talking about, so a lot of people are DMing with the new Discord. I'm used to getting a lot of DMs, but this is actually significantly more. And while we're on the subject, I think I'm going to make a video talking about a lot of stuff around the Discord because I appreciate you guys all being here. But if you guys are going to DM me, it needs to be like a question and it's not like a conversation. So what the problem is you guys are trying to have conversations and you're trying to have like extensive answers and stuff like that. And I can't when I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, more than 13 people on here DMing me about stuff. And it's usually about the same stuff or it's usually about stuff that I've already answered. So yeah, we gotta watch out for that. I would like to keep my DMs open. I've always said my DMs are always going to be open, but if it's a lot of this stuff, then I might have to close them soon. So yeah, just a heads up there, because I'm sure plenty of you are probably listening right now. So if you guys do have a DM conversation open with me right now, would appreciate it if it's like a question, and I literally can't have a conversation with you. I don't have the time to have a conversation with everyone. So yeah, so we'll have to figure out a new way to do that. I'm so sure about a wipe. I'm so sure about a wipe on 12.11 that I'm running MP153 with thermals to complete setup. Okay. Good luck with that, Chris. Good luck. No, you're good, man. You're good. You're good, Yui. Take a load off, eat an edible, just talk shite. No, no. I just need some coffee. I'll be good. There's just a lot going on this week. And that's not even including Tarkov, because we don't know what's going to happen with Tarkov. So I just have to kind of keep my mind open with a possibility of something happening with Tarkov. Oh boy. No wipe with streets wouldn't be that bad. It definitely wouldn't be that bad, but that is like the plan. Because especially when they do a major patch, it's supposed to be a wipe. If they do something major like that, it's supposed to be getting everyone amped up and getting everyone in the game. So that's another one of those, like, makes complete sense, and they really should. That's kind of more than a makes complete sense. That's really more of like a they should do that. That's what they really need. They need to try to do. You can change Discord levels to Discord Karma. Oh fuck yeah, I have a note about that. That's just that's just added to the list. If you guys want to know what the priority list right now is, there's some role stuff that needs to be changed around. So right now, the way that roles work in the Discord is that it's trust, right? It's not authority. Some people are not understanding how that works. Just because we call someone a rank 4 doesn't mean that they necessarily they have authority over anyone that's a rank 3, 2, or 1. It just is literally that if you see someone as a rank 4 or a super nice guy, then you know that you can trust that person, basically. So the whole point behind that is that anyone can come into this public server and know that, hey, that's a kind of nice guy, so maybe I can trust him. We'll see what's going on with that. That's a nice guy. All right, I can trust him. That's a real nice guy, so we can definitely trust him. And then that's a super nice guy, so we can for sure trust him with whatever you need to do on a public server, which you just don't get these days. You just don't get it. So this is an attempt, and it is working pretty well so far. We just need to get people moving. It's an attempt at fuck, I had a perfect word for it too, and I'm blanking on it. It's an attempt at basically instant realization of trust. Is that I had a perfect phrase for it, but I forgot it. It's basically you've never met that person in your life. You personally have never met that person in your life, especially because they're on the internet. So it makes it even more sketchy. You might not be able to trust that person. You definitely can't trust that person even more because they're on the internet. But because of a tag that we have vetted for you, you should be able to trust that person. That is the point of this system that we're setting up. Also with the unlimited room stuff, that should make it much easier to do stuff as well. So there's a lot going on with that. There's a lot more work to go on with that. And before we get to Escape from Tarkov stuff, we just need to function. So, which it is functioning right now. The onboarding works and all that stuff. But there's a lot more that we want to do with the community. And before we get absolutely everyone in here, we want to make sure that our systems work correctly. So there's a lot more work to go on with that. Exactly. Like trust no one. So you trust no one unless they've got a real nice guy tag. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. When wipe, you can either rewind. Gregor's there. You can either rewind this live stream here, which you should be able to do on YouTube, or you can go check out my most recent video because that is the answers that you were looking for. I've noticed that BHG has been hiring and looking for people. Do you know what positions they... so you're going to want to go Eric Johnson. You're going to want to... well, first off, do you want to move to Russia? Because that's the only thing that they're doing. Unless you're already in Russia, then in which case you're good to go. But they're not hiring any remote that I know of. And you're going to want to go to the Battlestate Games main website. So if you go over to their Twitter, they should have their website up there. Or if you go to the Tarkov website, it should be at the bottom or something like that. So unless you want to move to Russia, or if you already are in Russia, I would I don't know. They're looking for people to move to Russia. Have you guys run into more cheaters than usual lately? Not that I've noticed, and I've actually been playing a couple times a week now because I have a buddy who just got it recently. Discord level is unofficial scav karma. Yeah, actually, I wanted to move it to karma because that makes... I don't know. The whole nice guy thing makes sense, though, too, to the whole trust thing, so... We can name something Tarka or karma because karma is funny and it works. So I'll figure out a way to get karma in there somewhere because it does make sense. Mutant gonna be full auto or semi? It's gonna be full auto. Named unless they change something because the animations that we've seen so far does have the fun switch. Like it does have an option for full auto. So unless it just says full auto and you can't for some reason use it, it's gonna be full auto. What are we talking about? We're just kind of chit-chatting, Ruger. We're just kind of hanging out. Because my brain's pretty fried from this weekend. And just in general. Thanks for answering me on Discord. No problem. No problem. Zip, how you doing? How you doing, man? I had more cheater in the past 2 or 3 days. It might be because there's people that, there might be less people playing too. Also, we have to be careful with how we're saying that. Like, unless they're flying, or unless they're, like, even if it's a speed thing, it's difficult to actually be able to tell who is cheating and who's not, and whether it's desync and stuff like that, guys. So be real careful with that. I would say that I don't know, I wouldn't say the majority is, I would say almost. What's a word for, like, almost the majority? I don't even know what that word would be. It's like almost it would be very close to the majority, but not necessarily the majority, because there's a lot of stuff can happen. I don't know. Probably 2/3. I can call it 2/3. I'd probably say that 2/3 of the people that I see is like, oh, I nailed this guy. This guy's definitely cheating. Can you report him for me, kind of thing. Whatever he shows me as the quote unquote proof is 2/3 of the time something that can be chalked up to desync, or it's possibly not a cheater, and the person thinks that he nailed him. Like, this is for sure a cheater. Like, get this dude out of here. This is insane. Like, that kind of stuff. And I swear to God, 2/3 of the time it's just like, okay, that can easily be desync, man. What are you doing? Like, that could easily be someone else. Like, that doesn't mean that that's the guy that shot you. Like, that kind of a thing. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could pop up with that. What's your favorite breakfast? You can't go wrong with, like, pancakes and eggs and, like, bacon and stuff. Oh, now you're gonna make me hungry. What are you doing, dude? I've only got coffee in front of me. Speaking of, my favorite, like, diner was shut down over COVID, and I just saw recently that they opened up. I gotta head back out there. They were closed for, like, months over COVID. What's up? It's Oraf. I told you I was looking. Oh, what up, man? Always assume they are cheaters rather than cheetahs rather than cheaters. Yeah. Just wall hacks and fly hacks. Wall hacks, depending on the wall, might not happen. Fly hacks is another story. So, yeah, you're gonna want to watch out for the fly hacks, because them be obvious. I like waffles too, but you know, I like pancakes. I'd probably say, if you're asking me my choice, I'd probably say pancakes, eggs, and bacon. Good morning. Oh, yo, what up, Brian? I got a DM. I got to talk to you on Discord. Phoenix. There's a couple things that popped up. Let me just DM you real quick. My brain is not, guys. My brain is fucking fried from this weekend. I tell you what. It's been a very long weekend with this whole Discord and with a lot of other stuff happening. Fucking Christ. All right. What was I just? I'm literally about to type. Oh, right. All right, while we're on the subject, because I was going to bring this up tomorrow, but I think I'll at least get you guys ready for it today. If there is a way for me to figure out whether or not I can take a few days off this week, I'm going to do that, because my brain is just fucking fried. So I know that there's some stuff going on with Star Citizen, but I just need some time away from this fucking desk and this computer because my brain is just fucking fried. So I might come up with that tomorrow. I'm going to make the decision tomorrow because there's some stuff coming up. But as of right now, I'm trying to figure out if I can take a few days off this week and do something. Because it's just not, my brain is just fucking gone. So if there's going to be a podcast, like if I can figure out whether or not there's going to be something happening, I'm not doing it. But there's something cool happening this week that would be good for me to take a couple days off, and that would be the perfect time to do it. So yeah. And with everything that's going on with the Discord and stuff, as long as everything's working, and it's not like I'm going to be disconnected, I'll still be able to, like, be on social media and all that stuff, but just not in this house and not working on a video or working on a live stream or something. Cole, it's not my, god damn it. I'm not Aqua FPS. It's not my birthday. No, well, you don't have to start with that, Pasquale, because if there's something that's going to happen Tarkov related, it's not happening. I'm staying here. I wish I could show you all this clip from this Ash 12 guy. Literally dropped 3 of us within 2 seconds, and we were spread out 2 man. So that could be desync, Brandon. That could easily be desync, and it could have been 2 different people. Like, you don't know. There's a lot that could be happening with that. Just from what you've told me here, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm not saying that you're dumb. I'm not saying that you're making shit up. Whatever you think might be a bad side of that, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is based off of whatever you just said there, like that's not enough. Like there could be so much that could have happened. That doesn't mean that guy was hacking. There's a lot of that. There's a lot that could have happened. As you know, you'll be able to enter labs from streets with a key card. What about player scavs who spawn with key cards or find them in raid? That's an amazing question that I don't have the answer to. We don't know. I'm sure the guy I nailed in the head with AP20 through some foliage with 120 meters away was sure I was cheating. My point is that pure luck is also a thing. Pure luck is for sure a thing. Absolutely for sure a thing. Also, with Tarkov, it can get very confusing with exactly who you're fighting and stuff like that. Happy Monday. Happy Monday indeed. When is the patch supposed to be? Also, good morning. There is no specific date. So the thing that we are looking for... I know, Phoenix. I saw you. I saw you. The thing with the patch, the next thing that we are waiting for is the podcast. We need to see the podcast next. So we are looking for a Good Morning Tarkov podcast. No, not a Good Morning. Blah. My brain. We are looking for a Tarkov TV cast. So that's from the BSG offices. That's with Nikita, usually Demirka, and then hopefully, or Demirka, however you say that name. And I'm assuming their new community guy is going to pop up there eventually at some point too. But yeah, so they'll talk about 12.11 and they might even tell us whether or not it'll be a wipe. But either way, the wipe or the patch, whichever one you want to call it, I'll call it the patch. 12.11 is not going to sneak up on you. They're going to have that podcast before they have the patch. Speaking of, I need to make sure this week I'm showing Twitter. When's the last time they tweeted? It's been a while. Okay, last thing they did was they talked about a Willers video, so we're good there. So yeah, we're looking for Tarkov TV stuff. Any thoughts on using the stage feature in your Discord to answer questions during Good Morning Tarkov? Sheesh. Could do that. This is for as of right now. We'll keep it. We'll keep it to limited systems. Right now, it's just. Right now, I can see the stream health, so I know if I'm crashed or not because that's a thing. And then also, or not crashed, but my internet went out. Also, I can see the chat, and you guys just need to remember to use @NiceGuySpaceTarkov, or I can just sometimes find the questions in there. So. Making it simple as possible is probably good right now. Yas Queen, indeed, Phoenix. So it won't be like from today to tomorrow, like last wipe. Well, the thing about last wipe is that it was the podcast. When they said, "Hey, sorry, I lied to you. Hey, and by the way, the patch is tomorrow," that was during that podcast. So that's what I'm saying. We need to see the Tarkov TV cast. So that's why we're waiting up next. Wipe will be with the factory expansion. Okay. Go watch my most recent video. For sure. I talk about it in there. They should add original 7.62 RPK. That's planned. You're going to be able to mess around with that stuff. Also, along with the 7.62 by 54R with the what is it? The PKM and the PKP Pechneg. Did any of you have this issue with food, drinks, and raids? Several times I was not able to eat and drink and had to close the start. That could be a desync thing. Another thing too is as we are getting closer to, I am very confident that they stopped supporting this current patch. Like I guarantee that they stopped working on 12.10 unless something significant happens. Like unless something like absolutely just annihilates the servers or something like that, like actual broken game situation, like full-on broken full game, not just Joe Schmo's game, but the entirety of all of the servers of Escape from Tarkov and just everything broken game. They're probably not going to do anything extra. So any little bugs or anything, little problems that might pop up, also part of that might be the cheaters right now. If you are seeing, or at least if you think you're seeing more cheaters, that could be it too. Because they would much rather be putting their time towards the next patch. So that could be a thing as well. AR-47, isn't that like a mutant, Phoenix? You know they're adding the mutant, right? Phoenix, make sure you go check out the mutant, man. They're added. That's coming, man. When you're great, appreciate it, Cole. I need to be able to read. I can't read. Seems that like that. Only client update and server updates. Yeah. That launch party. Yeah. That was from Evasion had a competition where they were doing some artwork for that. No, for reals, guys. There are some people joking about that stuff, but like for reals, go check out that most recent video. Gotta get your brain refreshed for the news and updates coming. For sure, that's what I'm most worried about. Like, it's gonna be real bad if I don't have just a little bit of a reset on my brain. And they're like, let's say I know I have no information or whatsoever, but if the patch was tomorrow, I would be so fucked. I'd be so fucked. I'm not ready to do that. I would need to go get some kind of like crazy fucking I don't know, some kind of like revitalizing fucking drug or something, like some kind of crazy meds or something. Mine's just AR-15 based, also semi-auto, but yeah, it's a mutant though. It's a mutant. When people enter maps from other maps, do you think they'll change it to use dynamic loot? We don't know. We don't know, Breck. I don't know how to say the first part of your name there. Brain wipe when? Brain wipe was about every 30 seconds for the past 6 hours or so. Will body dragging be a thing? Yes. Body dragging, vaulting, unconscious states, buddy healing, all of that's planned. If you guys haven't seen it yet, there's a reason why I make short videos. It's so it's easy for me to tell people to go watch the video instead of me explaining it, because it will actually be quicker and better for you to click a link for one of my videos than me to explain that off the cuff, because I'm going to have ums and stuff in it. Meanwhile, in the video, I have all of my thoughts perfectly together and I've cut out all the spaces. It's literally the best thing that you can do to get that information as quick as possible. So if you want that, go check out my Q&A with Nikita. So that title was New Exclusive Q&A with Lead Dev from Escape from Tarkov. And then also when it comes to the Most Asked Questions, I have my Most Asked Questions video with When Does White Patch Inertia Most Asked Questions. So go check those out. Bait dragging would be... Oh, that's going to be good too. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Any better smoke grenades? Yep, those are coming. Also, they're going to be changed so that if you are inside that smoke for too long, you're going to start coughing unless you have some kind of gas mask or something. And that's just even a regular smoke. CS gas and stuff like that is coming as well. But just regular smoke, if you are sitting in there, you're not supposed to be able to breathe that shit in without starting to wheeze and shit. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing too. Gib, not patch. Gib. Yeah, we'll see, Firefly. We'll see. That's my idea. I'm thinking that's probably going to happen, though. Hope they add the rest of the doors mechanics before streets. That's a good point. I wonder if they are going to do that. That would be a pretty significant one to have that ability to pry open or pick open doors and stuff like that. You know what? Did he give a date? Let me check this out. You might hear me for a second. Yeah, there it is. What's up? Go over to the... Over to that question. So his question for topic number 2 for the Q&A was: there are several interesting features that have been talked about recently that we are curious about. Are these still planned? Gas grenades, CS gas, in parentheses, and then coughing while just in smoke, cooking grenades, breaking, breaching, picking, blowing open locked doors, and flares as an NVG deterrent and general light source for night raids. And then Nikita said, this is from Nikita himself: right now, we are not working on these particular cases. We have a huge list of different small and medium features that we need to implement into the game. Eventually, everything that you mentioned is planned to be in the game at some point. However, I can't tell you what we are exactly on right now, but we are trying to complete adding these long-awaited features with future patches. So, what are all of these features that are going to be coming to the game, like they're planned to be coming to the game? Again, gas grenades like CS gas, coughing while in smoke, cooking grenades, breaking, breaching, picking, blowing open locked doors, and then flares. So like handheld flares. Also, I think I'm pretty sure you can shoot the flares too. There would be like flare rounds. So breaking open a door. That could also, I mean, we could break open whether it be like you have the butt or you have a sledgehammer. Maybe not. Well, it won't be a sledgehammer, but basically it's like an evolution of kicking open that door. Basically, like you can go after the hinges or maybe that would be included in the shooting the door open, but there's also blowing open the door, which I guess breaking open the door would involve shooting. Like you could shoot the lock, you could shoot the hinges, stuff like that for getting into the doors, because that's coming in. Breaching, different kind of breaching where you can open the door a little bit, or you can get ready with a stun grenade or some kind of smoke grenade or some kind of extra grenade, or even a frag grenade or something like that. As you are breaching, and you can have it set up like that. Picking, of course, that's obvious. Like you have the right now, we've seen animations of the multi-tool thing, the multi-tool, a little knife tool thing, and you can, I guess there's a lock pick in that, or you do something with that. There's an animation for you picking the lock with that, and then blowing open doors is what it sounds like. So you have some kind of explosive, or maybe that's also included with the shooting the door open, that kind of a thing. Both are planned to be coming to the game, so all of that is planned, and would be really cool to see those for Streets. But given what Nikita said, I wouldn't count on it, because it doesn't sound like they're exactly work in progress right now, but they are planned to be coming. I don't know what should be in there, Pasquale. Lighthouse is coming before Streets, yep. Will I be able to hotbox dorms with a vape instead of using smoke grenades? I don't know, Logan. Maybe you can go test it. Test it when that when that happens. Lighthouse is indeed planned before Streets. Brassfist, we don't know. Brassfist wants to know how will hideouts work during a open world, the open world of Escape from Tarkov. We don't know. We honestly, they haven't talked about it yet. Best we can do is theorize that there's going to be some kind of location that you can go to that would get you to your hideout. I very much doubt that there is a singular location that is your hideout and that you go to that door and that is your hideout, because then that is going to be a shit show of just epic proportions. So there's going to be some kind of system to have multiple ways to get to your hideout instead of a hub, basically. I would have to imagine. Now that isn't to say that there isn't going to be a hub. It would be very cool if there was some kind of hub or something, but we'll see. Do you think they will ever add less than lethal options to be able to take people hostage, extort them for loot and stuff? So less than lethal is an interesting subject, because there is going to be the unconscious states. So I don't think we're going to be seeing tasers. I know we've talked about it in the past, and I know that apparently there are some special forces that use tasers apparently right now. I highly, highly doubt we're going to see tasers, but you know what I guarantee we're going to see, because we know that the unconscious state is coming? I guarantee we're going to see some kind of slug or something that if you hit them in the head, it's not going to penetrate, but it sure shit's going to knock them out. So with the unconscious state, maybe you can knock the wind out of someone too. And then there is the bleeding out. There is the bleeding out stuff. So you can eventually bleed out. If you get too bad of a bleed, you'll go into an unconscious state, and then if you have no one there to help you, then you're going to die, like that kind of a thing. So at some point, whether it be a hit to the head or the bleed out or whatever might happen to you, a concussive force maybe, with like some kind of blast or something, whatever might happen to you, if you are in that unconscious state, you are able to be manipulated. People can loot you, people can move you around, you're going to be able to move that person around, or you can heal them. I haven't heard, that's another good question that I wanted to ask Nikita, if there's going to be some kind of restraint system. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be planning to add flex cuffs or anything like that to the game. I don't know. But there is going to be that unconscious state, so you can choose to, maybe you can stabilize that person while they are unconscious, medically speaking, so that they don't die. Rob them and then bring them back. Leon Soul had an amazing idea a while back there. I don't know if you're in chat right now, Leon. I don't see you in chat right now. Oh, no, there he is. No, he is here. He had an amazing idea where having this system work this way is a really good way to like affect karma, because maybe you can purposely knock someone out with like a slug to the head or something, and since you didn't kill that person, it doesn't count as bad karma. So what you could do is you could knock that person out, go rob them, or go do whatever you want to do with them, and then buddy heal them back up, and you didn't kill them, so you don't get the bad karma, and you just tell them to, good luck, go on your merry way. I'm not going to kill you because I don't want the bad karma, but I still got what I wanted from you. So then, GG, kind of move on, that kind of a thing. That can happen. And I talked about that in my, what video was that? That was from a few weeks ago. That was my the future plans for Escape from Tarkov. I talked about that being a situation. Although I didn't knock that person out, but that's still like the same kind of setup that could happen with that. How will loot doors reset if labs is always open? We don't know. Just trust that they know that that's a thing. Just trust that they know that that's a thing. So they're going to have some kind of system for it, but they haven't talked about it yet. Agent. We don't know. I'd love to see the KS-23 beanbag round. 50 flesh damage without penetrate. Yeah, something like that. We don't know. They haven't talked about it specifically. We don't know about less than lethal stuff in general. But there is going to be the knockout. You can knock people out. There's going to be the unconscious state. Of course, if you can knock people out, there's going to be that unconscious state. So there's going to be stuff like that. We'll have to see what they end up doing because they haven't talked about it too much other than the fact that it is coming. If you want to hear it right from the horse's mouth, if you want to hear it right from Nikita himself, I think it was number 7. No, it wasn't number 7. What was it? Number 9? Okay, here it is. So this is right from Nikita himself. Directly from Nikita himself is number 9 here. So, I just want to double check. See them live. I was like, oh, should I cover this stuff? Should I not cover this stuff? I do a very good job of making sure there's nothing like private on here, but I think these are all just screenshots. I think, and you guys know, if any of you guys that know Star Citizen, I bought a spaceship. I got a Perseus. Yeah, I don't think any of that. I don't think I give a shit if any of you guys see that. I think it's all right. Anyway. Boop, 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 boop. So, from Nikita himself, what are your current thoughts on the gameplay loop of Escape from Tarkov? We know that you have many new features planned, but generally speaking, do you think that the day-to-day play roughly represents what the game will look like around launch, or will it be much different? Nikita said, from Nikita himself, Nikita said that it will be different, of course, because right now it's testing. Although not everyone understands this, and they say, it's not a test, it's already a completed game, which is completely false, of course. The work in progress, guys, game's not done. It will change. It will be played differently because we still have game-changing features coming. For example, weapon malfunctions will change the game. The ability to be knocked out, and the unconscious state will also make changes to how the game is played. And this is only 2 of them out of perhaps 10 or even more big game-changing features. So 100% the game will be played differently, not different entirely, but it will be harder, it will be more hardcore, and yes, it will be different. And then he went on to talk about some other stuff about gameplay loop and stuff like that. Yeah, guys. So unconscious state's going to be huge. The custom armor hitboxes are going to be huge. In-raid traders are going to be huge. The unique economy events are going to be huge. What else? Explosives are going to be huge. Grenade launchers are going to be huge. Launchers are going to be huge. Again, the custom armor hitboxes, I can't say that shit enough. That's going to be huge. Buddy healing is going to be huge. A lot. It's going to be a lot, guys. A lot of stuff that's going to be changing the game, and that's what he was talking about. Perseus, yes. While we're on the subject real quick, too, there's going to be a lot of Star Citizen stuff, a lot more Star Citizen stuff happening this week. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that video done. I was going to throw a no BS video together in terms of like how to quickly get through Star Citizen, but something came up and my game crashed. So I did put a couple hours into trying to get the footage and stuff, but my game actually crashed a couple times and it just fucked with me. So I wasn't to do that, but what I will do today so that we can get some Star Citizen in a bit later is I'll just find the best tutorials that I can or the quickest way to show you guys how to get into the game that I can, and I'll put it up on the Discord so that we can get to that. Star Citizen is free to play right now, guys, so if you know that your system can run it, or if you think that your system can run it, you can download it. You can go. We're going to do some like races and stuff. We're going to do some ship races and stuff later today on Star Citizen if you want to take part in that. That's going to be on the Discord. Speaking of, I got to add the Discord to I got so much shit to do. I got to add the Discord to the fucking descriptions and stuff too. And I have to plan out some oh, we're talking about Escape from Tarkov. I guess we can talk about that. Sherpa runs. I'm gonna be personally running Sherpa runs at some point here in the direct future, I guess. Near future. Near future is the word I was looking for there. I'm going to personally be running Sherpa runs if anyone wants to take part of that. Also, I'm going to be teaching people to be Sherpas so that they can help people inside the Discord and just in the community in general. So that'll be cool too. Thought of starting a raid in customs using factory key to enter factory. Hold up. The thought of starting a raid in customs using factory key to enter factory, to then enter labs, and then using labs to enter streets and having a 2-hour raid makes the pee-pee tingle. That would be very cool. That is a very cool situation, and that's why I made my my future plans of Escape from Tarkov like that, because that's just cool. Having that set up is really cool. What are your PC specs? My gaming PC is a bit older. I think I have a... I know I have an i7, but I think it's an i7 8700K. I think it's an 8700K. It's a bit older, and then I have a 2080. I have a 2080 Super in there too. And I have lots of RAM. I got 32 gigabytes of. I think it's 3200. Yeah, and then M.2, 1 terabyte M.2. Which I need to move Star Citizen onto. Motherfucker, there's a lot of stuff. I keep thinking of new shit I gotta do today. Alright, move Star Citizen to SSD, you idiot. Usually when I call myself names, it makes me angry and be like, who the fuck you call an idiot, idiot? No one else does that, just me? Okay, gotcha. Get that fixed. Your opinion on Pesley's suggestion of a no ping limit in international server? That's awesome. What's the downside of that? If they do it correctly, like if they make you say like, or if they make you like acknowledge that, hey, this server is a piece of shit, you're gonna crash, like you're gonna be desyncing everywhere and you're gonna die to people that you probably won't even see because the desync's that bad. Something like that. Like, why not? If you know what you're getting yourself into, why not? I'm okay with that. No 3080, fucking Christ, I wish I had a 3080. I really wish I had a 3080. But I just can't get one. I just don't have one. RTX 2080 Super. I have a 2080 Super in there. I am going to be making the upgrade at some point this year. Come hell or high water, at some point this year, I'm going to be getting a significant gaming PC, and then the PC that I'm using right now as my gaming PC is going to be the recording PC. So I'm gonna do a Dr. Lupo. I have a stream PC, a recording PC, and then my gaming PC. So I can record in the best, absolute best quality because it's Escape from Tarkov, and then also we got a best Star Citizen coming. So record in the absolute best quality, stream in the absolute best quality that I can, and actually play in the absolute best quality that I can. So yeah, 3080 is the graphics card or the Prime. 3080 is the graphics card or the Prime? I'm not sure. Oh, the price? 3080 is the graphics card or the price? Oh, yeah, good point, good point. That took me a minute there. My brain's gone. I'm happy with 30 frames per second in my 750. Yeah, well, not everyone is, so all the power to you there, but yeah. A 3080 here is pushing 2 years minimum wage. RIP. Holy shit. I'll definitely hop in the Discord and play with some of you dirty fornicators. Yeah, for sure. Check out the Discord, guys. I've got the link right here, too, if you guys want to check it out. Here we go. Here is the Discord. Boop. Boop. That's the Discord right there, boys. Concerning inertia, I saw a video yesterday from like 8 months ago about your opinion on inertia. That is, remember, that's from 8 months ago. And you seem to not like the idea of it. Do you still feel that way? So... technically, I do, Killer Bigfoot. Technically, I do. But I don't actually remember how I worded this in that video. Right now, my current thought is I would like it to still work that way in the game. However, it needs to be a trade-off if we're going to have it. So what I would like to see, and I don't know, however you guys want to word it, like this is, I think it would be an interesting feature to have it set up like this, basically, where you trade off to have that. So if you want to move around like a crazy person, also we talked about this a few days ago too. The initial problem with inertia right now, the reason why everyone's raging about it and everyone really wants it and stuff like that, is of course because it's realistic too, but because of the 80-80 spam and stuff like that, it makes it look unrealistic. Also, the person is a walking tank, a real walking tank, not a polygon walking tank, but like a real walking tank where they have the level 6 armor and stuff like that. On top of their skill, and they have the top speed and top endurance and all that stuff. Whereas if we actually had the feature working as intended, I don't think it would be that case. So between having a little bit of extra inertia, sure, but also as a baseline, a little bit of extra inertia would make sense. But as a person without absolute max strength endurance, absolute max strength speed, and possibly a little bit of a bug having to do with magazines, there's a bit of a bug happening where you get to negate the ergo negative effects of ergo or something with you do something with your magazine. I'm not even completely sure. I don't really care about that stuff, but there's that, and then also the custom armor hitboxes, right? The custom rig and the custom armor hitboxes, and the weight associated with that. So if you want to be a walking tank, then you're going to be heavy, and there's going to be a lot of inertia involved with how you're moving around because you are going to be heavy and you're also going to be slow. If you want to move around quick, then bring less stuff. Bring less armor, bring less gear, be less heavy. Be lighter on your feet. That's the way I think of it. So when we do eventually have the custom armor rigs and the custom armor hitboxes and the custom rigs, so that we can choose to be light but only have that little bit of protection just for your torso and your vitals with that front plate. Sure, you're going to be light and you're going to be running around, but you're also going to be kind of a glass cannon. Like, you're going to be easy to kill because you're going to have not that much armor. So if whoever is running around with that KS-23 or whoever is running around with those vectors or anything like that, they don't need to worry about leg meta. They can probably shoot center mass and hit you plenty. They can probably shoot you center mass and hit you plenty enough to actually kill you because you're not wearing that much armor. However, you are going to be a speedy boy. You are going to be able to move around quickly. So that's the trade-off that I'm talking about. If you don't want to get killed so easily, if you do want to be more protected, if you want to cover up that vital areas a bit better from the KS-23s in the world and from the vectors in the world, then you're going to want to wear something like a Gen 4 or something that'll cover you up a bit better. But you're going to be slower. You're not going to be able to move around as quickly. So I want that trade-off. I think it's better to have a trade-off like that, where it's a bit more intelligent than just the basic you can or can't kind of a thing, if you know what I mean. Why is Streets taking so long? Because it's fucking huge. It's fucking insane. Man, I actually haven't been asked that question before. Have you seen it? Do you know what they're doing? It's a lot of work, man. It takes a lot of work. Yeah, it's taken a long time because it takes a lot of work. Not to mention, if you mean like why is it taking so long from like 2016, kind of why is it taking so long? It's because they actually scrapped the one from 2016. So for those who don't know, they have made Streets already once, but they didn't like how it performed. They didn't like how it looked, and they definitely weren't gonna like how it looked in order to get it to perform. So they scrapped the entire thing and started from scratch. And then this is the current one that they're working on. So yeah, that's why it's taking so long. To quote an old Army report, mobility is armor. Yes. That could also be it too. I would like having that. I'd like having that trade-off, or the ability to have that trade-off. I'm just looking forward to Clean, Nikita, AK Brandon, Lucas, and them talk on Wednesday. Excuse me? Oh, fuck, you're right. All right, this isn't a dev update, guys, but Nikita is going to be on a podcast with Nick. Wait, who's Lucas? Is that Pace Performance? Is Pace Performance name Lucas? Who's Lucas? Or no, Lucas from what's his face? From the YouTube channel. I'm not very good with names, guys, by the way. I'm bad with names. Lucas from what's his face? T-Rex Arms? Is it T-Rex? Yeah, T-Rex Arms, I think, is Lucas. So Nikita is going to be on a podcast today. Or not today. This week. I forgot about that. Let me go over to Clean Tweeter. Mr. Clean, did you tell us a date for your podcast with the Nikita? I think you did. I just need to find it because I forgot about it. There it is. Doing a podcast with BSG Games Nikita and AK Guy Pace Performance, Texas Arms with Skydex Lucas Dude about the perspective of EFT from trained firearm professional. 1 p.m. CST Wednesday. Fuck. Alright. Not a dev update, but Nikita does like to talk. So I do like to, anytime Nikita talks, I like listening because he talks a lot sometimes. All right, Nikita, clean. Wednesday. All right, gotta pay attention to that. All right, we'll see if he maybe talks a little bit too much. Of course, having Streets come out in 2 or 3 separate updates and not releasing it all at once definitely makes releasing part 1 of Streets by end of year possible and likely, in my opinion. I really hope I really hope you're up to date because that's something that we talked about like 40 minutes ago. so guys, again, if you can't hear me right now, if you are watching us live, make sure you see the little red dot next to the live actual button on the actual like the YouTube video, because that means you're actually live. If you don't see the red, it means you're past. You're listening to past Nolan and not current Nolan. What channel is that podcast going to be on? It looks like it's going to be on Clean's. Yeah, it's probably going to be on Clean's Twitch. The way that he said this, it's probably going to be on Clean's Twitch. But we'll see. That's Wednesday. I'll give you guys the update on it when I have it. I joined at 9:20. I must have it missed by a few minutes. You might. Just make sure it's live. Just make sure it's live. One of my biggest complaints about Tarkov is nades. Mainly that players are not required to prep nades and can throw them with it. It's not necessarily a priority, Stefan, for how the grenades work and stuff, but trust me, they are going to be doing a lot more with grenades. So they are going to be doing a lot more with it. So the way that you phrased your question there makes me think that you think that Escape from Tarkov is close to being finished. If that's the case, you, sir, are incorrect. There is a hell of a lot more stuff to do with Escape from Tarkov. Nikita himself has described the current state of Escape from Tarkov in terms of feature complete. So if 100% was a feature complete Escape from Tarkov, like a ready-to-go Escape from Tarkov, we're at about 65%. That's from Nikita himself. So we have 35% more features and stuff to come. And to be honest, I feel like with what else is to come, in terms of work, in terms of effort, in terms of manpower in order to get those features complete, sure, it might be considered 35%. But in terms of what those are going to do to the game, that's more like 70%. Like, those are going to change so much stuff about how the game runs and how we think of the game and stuff. It's going to be nuts. It's really is going to be between the armor hitboxes, Streets of Tarkov itself. The entirety of Tarkov could just be Streets of Tarkov and it would still be insane. But that's just one location of 8. So is it 8 or not? How many? I forget. I think it's 8. However many different locations there are. And then we got the custom armor hitboxes. We got that karma system. We got all the NPC factions. We got all the different kinds of guns. We got the traders. We got the economy. There's a lot. There's still a lot to come. The medical system with the unconscious states and all that stuff. So yeah. Didn't you say wipe was this month? Lost he Saturday wipe was month? Question mark. What the fuck was that? It's speculation, my dude. They've delayed it a bit. So Matt, if you need to know, then if you get that, also change your tone just a little bit, bud. Change your tone just a little bit. There was no dates involved. It was always just like the speculation thing. So right now, the patch that I was talking about is still the thing. The only thing that changes is the days. So as we go along, it gets more and more obvious whether I can say, yeah, okay, it'll happen in the next couple weeks. Yeah, okay, it'll happen the next month. Right now, we're still in the next couple weeks phase. Or sorry, about the next month phase. Because it's 12.11. But we do know for a fact that they have finished working on it. So they're in the testing phase. So if they find something that they need to fix, then that's what they're going to start working on for 12.11. But as of right now, we're very close. We are very close. So the patch isn't going to sneak up on us, but what is going to sneak up on us is that podcast. So maybe we hear something from Nikita on Wednesday with Clean, and we'll see what happens with that. So Matt, yeah, change your tone a little bit, and I'm happy to work with you. Yeah, Puckett, don't worry, you're not alone there, bud. That pool party in the slideshow gives me major Step Bear vibes. That's a good one. Tarkov is a game that will never be finished even when 100% of the features have been added. What? I don't know what you mean by that. Speculation is, yep, same. How dare you guess on the wipe date and be wrong? No, it's, yeah. I never gave a date. I just said about the next wipe. Could be longer. In fact, what I say most of the time nowadays is could be longer, could be shorter. We'll have to wait and see, like that kind of a thing. So until I say something, hey, next week this is going to happen and I'm wrong about that, like what I did with, like I was wrong about the Victory Day thing. That shit can happen. I want to climb on top of a building in streets with a backpack of grenades and drop them onto streets. It won't be effective, but it sounds fun. It does sound fun. Not to mention, depending on the grenades, right? How long is the drop time? What's the physics involved with that? Are they just gonna blow up in the air? It does sound fun. Has May's update already released, and is BSG still committed to monthly updates? BSG are definitely no longer committed to monthly updates. They're definitely no longer committed to that. There is still, what I would say is that still generally their guideline, like their goal would be monthly feature updates, monthly content updates. So they want to be able to add something new every single month. It's definitely their goal. Definitely not their commitment anymore. It definitely doesn't at least seem like it's their commitment. But it doesn't mean it's not for the lack of effort, though. They're definitely trying. They are absolutely trying. What do you mean it's on Thursday? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to circle again. Nades. Do you think they will rework the employment of nades? Mainly G-spam. Absolutely. Yes, Stefan. Yes. Yes. There's going to be a lot of that that's coming. When will the in-game traders come again? So the thing with the in-game traders is Lighthouse. So Lighthouse, in theory, should have our first in-raid trader. And the other theory with that is that our first in-raid trader is going to have grenade launchers. And guess what Nikita said is going to become with 12.12? Or guess what Nikita said might come with 12.12, which also might be the Lighthouse patch, which also might be the in-raid trader patch, grenade launchers. My mind is blown. So, yeah, very, very good possibility that we see Lighthouse, the new location of Lighthouse, our first in-raid trader, and grenade launchers all pop up with that one patch. So we'll see what happens with it. Now, if it doesn't happen any sooner than early July, I don't think it's going to be wipe, and that's why I'm still confident about 12.11. Guys, that's 10. That makes it an hour. So I'm going to grab a couple more questions here, and then we're going to head out. So if there's anything that you absolutely need me to answer, try and yeet it up there. And I'll see if I can get to them. Otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Along with dead drops, do you think making your own cash would work? I doubt they're going to allow us to do that, Pasquale. I doubt that they're going to allow us to do that. Because I don't see it making sense in terms of a feature. Like, we've got the dead drops. Just find the dead drops. There's going to be a lot of back end that's going to be needed to be involved. There's going to be a lot of effort that needs to be involved with something that isn't necessarily going to change a whole lot. So I think having having your dead drop locations, on top of having your actual extractions and your hideout, will be good enough. Why can't I ever do things right? It's because you play too much war game. Your brain is filled with too much war game, Red Dragon stuff. When 12.11 will be released? We don't have a date, man. We do not have a date. Make sure you're paying. Stay tuned. I would still say it's about a month. I'd still say within a month. Morning, Mike. You're literally joining right at the end. Ever thought about a toilet paper emoji for the Discord as a wipe joke? Oh, dude, we got a bunch of emojis that we can add to the Discord for sure. Add VoIP for 12.12, apparently. Yes, VoIP is, yes, 12.12 is VoIP too as well. So when you put all of that together, 12.12 does make sense as a wipe, but it does make sense as a wipe for a patch for a wipe. But it's dependent a lot on Lighthouse, because everything that works into Lighthouse is that in-raid trader too. So, and it's that new location. So it's new location, in-raid trader, grenade launchers, all that stuff. The reason why 12.12 makes sense as a wipe is because of the Lighthouse location. If the Lighthouse location is still only in one of its initial steps of being finished, It is not going to be done in time. Like, there's no fucking way we're seeing Lighthouse by early July, and that makes sense for it to be the wipe. Unless they want to do a 4-month wipe. Unless they want to do a 4-month wipe, and we see that later. But I don't see them doing a 4-month wipe. So we'll see. There's a lot more reasoning than me just saying shit here, guys, and I've been saying it for weeks. I'm getting real tired of saying it. So make sure you guys check out those most recent videos. I'm almost at that Thursday point. I'm almost at the point of just saying Thursday for everyone. Almost. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. That was Good Morning Tarkov. If I did not get to your question or if you had something that you wanted to ask, we do have the Discord. I think that's the thing that I have pasted ready to go. Yep, I do. Go ahead and join the Discord. Pop it up in the Escape from Tarkov chat. Pop it up in the maybe even the Gen chat. Whatever you want to do, it's fine. But other than that, if you wanted it specifically from me, I will be back same time, same place tomorrow, 9 a.m. And maybe we'll have some interesting stuff to talk about. Maybe we won't. We'll have to wait and see, right? But other than that, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the latest Escape from Tarkov news. Thank you very much for hanging out. I love you, and have a nice day. See you guys.